going live.
And I am live, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. The opening music is coming. It's gonna happen.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow. Whoop, whoop. Oh, oops, wrong music.
We're not that kind of production.
HorsePLAY Live presents.
Dirk Diggler in all his glory. Here you go.
Oh my god. Here we go. Oh yeah. Welcome back, geeks and gamers. This is HorsePLAY Live. I had a whole different intro that I was going to say, and then I forgot it right when the music went out. But it is HorsePLAY Live tonight, right now. I don't know. September 18th, 2014. And this is episode 40. Holy shit. 40, guys. We made it so far. Episode titled... it's not even hashtag anymore. It's Gamergates and Anti-Social Media. Our official intros and outros, of course, are provided by TechnoAxe, and that's Techno with a K. Just for you guys and gals that don't know yet, because we say it every week. And as always, I'm joined by the everyone's favorite bear lizard himself, Yogi Zilla. What's going on? You're back home? Tired
What's
as
up,
hell?
man? Yes, I am. It was the climate change is killing me. I got used to the nice, cool weather, and then come back down to sticky, hot. Ugh, Georgia. I love Georgia. I really do. My wife, not so much. You know, she still gives me shit about us moving here.
I
But
still love Michigan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but every summer I'm like, oh man, it's so nice. But then about August, it's like, oh my god, I want to go somewhere else. And then September, October, and it's cold. Yes.
yeah.
What's going on?
So you
Keegan?
know, you get 8, 7 to 8, maybe 9 months of really good weather, and then the rest is kind of like, it's good to have seasons. So, but yeah, today's her birthday, so I want to say happy birthday, honey. Just want to throw that in there. I'm trying to get hyped.
You
It's
better go
been-
get some Mountain Dew or some coffee or a shot or something, because you look.
I had lots.
It looks like I'm doing zombie cast right now.
I had lots of coffee. Lots of coffee.
Yogi.
And it's not just regular coffee like Maxwell House, Folgers. American coffee blends are okay.
Mhm.
But I had like Cuban style, Puerto Rican style coffee, which is like tar.
Busk.
Oh yeah, it's dark. And my wife's like, "What the hell is this shit? This is freaking tar." I'm like, "It's delicious. It's just pump it straight into your veins."
Mhm.
And it started giving me a little bit of lift, but not enough. Oh well.
Hey, sometimes you're just there. That's it. That's all you can say. Sometimes you're just blah. And that's coming from a person that's that way all the time.
Yeah, this is my one-off. Usually I'm really hyped and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm just gonna be kind of chill. Though I'm sure once we get into the actual discussions, we're gonna bring the hype, and the rants will ensue. Though I am really excited though. I got a little bit of some chances here and there to binge watch Doctor Who and rewatching some old episodes. Today I watched while I was eating lunch. I watched Time of the Doctor. Such a great episode. I know you're not up to it yet, OB, but
So
when you
shut it. Wait, what season is that?
7.
Okay, well
Just,
I just watched the one where the doctor actually had to convert himself into being a human, and then the doctor was actually in a watch.
Oh, that's a really good episode.
And then like
Yep.
the doctor saved that, said, here you go, and that kid could actually tell. And hell, the best part of the show is when the kid is like, now go right, and they avoided a bomb and stayed alive. But
Yep.
at the end, but
That was a tearjerker episode too.
it
That,
kind of was, because I was like, dude.
yeah.
Well, the tearjerker episode for me is when what's her name?
Martha?
Yes, when Martha was going towards the sun, and I was like, oh, dude, she can't die like that, dude. I was like,
She's
no.
a very pretty woman, let me say. I'm gonna go out and say that. Like, she is very, very pretty. Like, it's that's not usually my type, and I'm not trying to be racist. But people listening to that are like, what? It's not usually what I go for because I grew up around a lot of Spanish and black women, and I like them, but I got used to them. So to me, what is exotic to me as a Latino is white women. I went the opposite way. That's what I married into. But she is very beautiful, and I don't understand. A lot of people don't like her as a companion, but
I
don't know.
really can't wait till he gets his next one, because this one I know she's kind of, what was Rose? She was the go-getter, the ambitious one, and she learned really, really fast. Well,
Yeah.
Martha's kind of the logical, the doctor, that kind of, and she's like, let's not, or she's really slow to react. All right, time to kick her ass out. Let's get the next one going.
That might be why people don't like her because she's not like in your face, like she's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
over the top. But that makes her more believable,
Well,
Like
yeah.
she's strong. She's a strong character.
Right.
She's a strong woman, but she doesn't have to be like in your face, screaming like a Donna would or like showing off like Rose would maybe.
Well, it's one thing I said to my wife when I was commenting about it, and it's just really funny, and I'm probably gonna get it tomorrow on Twitter or whatever, but every single episode now, it's I'm not gonna say that. If you guys are new to Horseplay, hola amigos. Horseplay Live is where geeks come to play. It's not something that I'm ashamed to say, but I just don't. I tend not to say things on podcasts or anything like that I don't exactly know how people are going to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to ruffle any feathers. It just seems like every episode with Rose, they're some high up. They're not like... Well, actually, they did a lot. Never mind. It doesn't make any sense anyway, especially after I think about it again. We are the flagship show, of course, for the Geeky Antics Network in collaboration, of course, with allgames.com. Oh, our show covers all the aspects of geek culture, the special focus on indie games, strategy games, technologies, social issues geeks face every single day. And of course, if we don't get the rants in there, what good is the show?
Yes. I want to know. King Deem says that Florida has 4 seasons: hot, hotter, it's hot, and oh my fucking god. Pretty much. Though I like Floridians, like native Floridians. When it's like the weather drops to like the temperature drops to like 60 degrees, they're like, "Oh man, it's cold."
It's gonna
And
start
like
snowing soon.
I'm like 50 degrees, 40 degrees, I'm still wearing shorts. Bump that. You know.
My funny
Wusses.
thing is, I'm a wuss too, because I don't, once it hits 60, I'm putting pants on. But I've lost so much weight in the last couple of years that I don't have anything to keep me warm. My wife will. Man, there's another one I forgot I was thinking about. I can't remember that one.
yeah.
Either. I just
You're
forgot.
all over the place right now,
I'm
man.
forgetting like crazy tonight, which is crazy. I'm really
So
relaxed and having
your
fun.
brain is where my face is at right now. My face is derp and your brain is derp right now.
It's not really a good combination. But if you guys do notice, we do lots of shout outs throughout the show, just because why not? We shout out you guys. Sure, awesome. That means you're going to say something about us here soon. So appreciate the shout outs that anybody has given us in the future or in the past or anything. But we also like to plug all our friends at allgames.com and the gang. Why? Because just the collaboration and cross promotion that Horseplay and Geeky Antics does with each other, it just creates a family and an environment that people really want to be in. So it's really happy that I'm really thankful that everybody does that. So, Horseplay Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch channels, Geeky Antics, which is right here, and YogiZilla on his channel as well. But I'm just all over the place. I have no idea where I'm reading that from. Yeah. Tonight on the show, guys, we're gonna go a little bit light on the news. Again, so we have more room for, of course, our rants, because we do have some. Just wait.
Yes.
The
news items are gonna turn into rants too. So.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a rant show. We should have named this show titled Rants. There's a show title for you in the future.
And pants.
Exactly.
Because you mentioned pants earlier. There you go. That could work.
Everyone's talking about the Gamergate thing, so I think we should discuss a little bit about it. The hashtag Gamergate. Sorry, that's what the title is, and then you changed it on me. So.
Well, I figured you wouldn't want to read like the first word in the title, hashtag Gamergate. So I said, let me make it easier on you. But yeah, the hashtag Gamergate, if you guys look around, it's been everywhere, and so it's unavoidable that we're gonna talk about it a bit. It has to happen.
I must be blind because I haven't seen it anywhere.
I guess we know how social Obi is.
Woo! I am social.
Not on social media. You go on like once a day, retweet a couple of things, and then you disappear. You go back under the rock. Like, I'm done. That's my good deed for the day.
That's not the point.
That is the point.
It is.
Anti-social media.
And all right, I'm the biggest culprit of this anti-social media movement.
Yeah.
But we are going to talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are going to talk about the business side of things, and of course, like I said before, rants. If I can emphasize that enough to those that are listening right now, capital R, capital A, capital N, capital T, apostrophe. No, we're not going to use one of those, but capital S as well. Rants. We're going to go off.
So right now we have the only two people on all of the internet, well, at least on people, the only two people on all of social media that were not aware of Gamergate. You, Obi, and King Dean in the chat. He's like Googling it right now.
He is right here, dude. Hey, man, send me the information. I'm going to make sure he can freaking...
I didn't want to go too deep on it, but it's just...
Hey,
I feel like it's one of those things you just can't bring up in passing. You got to really get deep into it. Oh, he hasn't even upgraded his Twitter. Whoa. You got to get the little banner, make it all sexy. The new format's pretty cool. I like it. So we're ready for the good stuff. So I kind of lied. We were supposed to go light on the news, but then I thought of some other stuff that we had to kind of bring into the fold. Last minute additions. I know. I do that.
Yep, you do.
Yep.
The obligatory news. Just do the news.
Isn't that from
Yes, it is. Shut up.
Caddyshack?
Yeah.
The little gopher.
Yeah.
Listen, I always love that movie. Just for nothing else. I'm not a big fan of golf, but it almost made me like golf. And the gopher. How can you not like the gopher? So anyway, news. So Twitch has been doing some really good moves. They're continuing to implement some nice features. Some of the things that I've noticed is that they're showing more interest in podcasts and live shows, things beyond the usual streams. So I mean, obviously their core is in esports and gameplay videos, and that's great. But the fact that they're giving more support to the live shows is cool. We're seeing more featured categories, featured quote unquote games that are in the podcast slash live show, talk show, gaming talk shows realm. So that's awesome. And then they got also the I guess they call it the game follow feature, where you can follow your favorite games. That is awesome because now these niche games, these indie games that usually get buried on Twitch, they have a chance to build a real audience there and not have all this other crap vying for people's attention. So that's awesome, and hopefully they find new ways of making, like, there's things like I saw this thing that's kind of like a chat roulette for Twitch. Why don't they implement that built in so people could discover niche Twitch streamers and give some love to the lesser knowns on there? There's so many things they could do to make it better, but they're going in the right direction, so I'm not gonna nitpick. Obi, you like these new features?
I do, to a certain point. I mean, they're, like I said, new. I haven't even figured out everything with OBS yet. I hate that shit. They done fucked it up.
Well, I mean, OBS is not managed by Twitch, so there's nothing they could do for you there. Though, at least OBS, they implemented the save profile feature. There's a lot of nice little slick things they've implemented in there that before you had to kind of hack it to get it to do. So
Yeah,
it's a trade-off. They fix one thing and break two other things, so that's technology.
you know how it is, man.
That's technology as a whole.
If they don't, then they wouldn't be a company that is probably pissing anybody off.
But speaking of the indie game developers,
Thanks,
Gamergate kind of relates to that. To me, we're gonna probably get much deeper into it later, but to me, Gamergate, the people that are behind the movement, they make valid points, but I think it's just more of people being salty dogs and finding things to complain about, looking to create problems where there really aren't problems. Like, I don't know. For me, I just want people to just enjoy games and stop worrying about social constructs and all these culture wars and pettiness. The problems are there, but they don't just exist within the gaming industry. They're all over the place. Like, people are shocked. There's a lot of things you could say that contributed to the whole Gamergate movement. But ultimately, what it comes down to is people are shocked that there's human beings that are playing favorites or that are having sexual relations to get their way or to get into certain parts of the industry. Like that doesn't happen in every other industry.
Isn't that where the comment came? She slept her way to the top.
And
She's trying to get up to the top. Isn't that what everybody else is trying to do? Just so what? She has a set of boobs and a twat. She can use them. Go ahead. She can deal with herself after that. That's fine.
But it's not even a gender issue either, because men do it too. If it's not whoring themselves out, literally, we play ball. We become someone's slave, a dentured servant, in order to move up the ranks, and we do a lot of demeaning work. Yeah, everybody does it. I'm not saying there's not a big issues here, but the reason it's become such a shitstorm is because gaming, video games specifically, is still a relatively young subculture, right? It's grown big time. It's becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry to the point of, like, I think last time I looked at figures, the overall spending in the gaming industry, the video game industry specifically, is close to, if not over, $100 billion a year. That's insane. It's rivaling the movie industry, and it's still a young industry, so that means that there's still limitless growth. But still, as a young thing, there's growing pains, which means the people that came in with the old guard of video games, older farts like you and I, sometimes we feel protective of it and we see these changes. And as it hits the mainstream, we feel like, oh no, our little baby's growing up and I don't want it to be exposed to all these weird people. And it's kind of like that thing. So some people take that passion to a point of being overzealous and they say really stupid things. They become insulting. There were death threats. All because there was a whole thing with Zoe Quinn, and how she's a game developer that was sleeping with gaming journalists. And then there was another thing with this one gal that wrote she did a web series called something Frequency about how people that review games, movies, and music should consider the ramifications, the social ramifications, and be more sensitive to genders and gender roles and all this stuff. More PC police crap. And let's face it, as much of these things are sound movements, and I don't want people to get me wrong. It's beautiful that we're fighting for human rights, but a lot of times folks that get on these bandwagons, they're just trying to draw more attention to themselves. And they're trying to draw attention to themselves. They don't really care about the issues at hand.
Right.
They're digging really deep and say, "Hey, this will hit a nerve, and this will give me page views." And it's insincere. That's the part that pisses me off. Um,
So
I,
in and yeah, I know you're so in saying basically this article or this Gamergate, I still don't really. Okay, somebody slept with somebody else and they were media and one was a developer. Who cares? Really, the average game, and I'm not dissing you to say that. I'm saying that because the average gamer, the only people that are really going to pay attention to any of this news are the people, the news buffs, the people that, I mean, you get freaking feeds. What do you have? What do you have now? Six different feeds that you get news from and everything, right?
oh, I got a bunch.
Okay, so like, but that's
lose
what you
track of them.
do. That's what you do. Your news, any bad thing about the industry, you want to make sure you stay up on top of it. So you hear all this stuff. And,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I don't care about the topic, but I mean I really don't. I could care less if a developer's sleeping with a journalist and they can get their game out of there more. I could care less. Guess what? I'm gonna probably get that game if it's decent. If it's a crap game, I'm not gonna get it. My decision in any gameplay or any game that I buy is there's no relevance of whether the person slept with this person to get it out there or whatever. I don't give a flying. If it's a good game, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it.
And that's what it comes down to. The whole thing about Gamergate is people getting together to spread conspiracy theories and awareness and all this stuff to kind of shake up the industry and have some reform take place. And that's a very noble cause. The problem is that when you try to dig really hard for problems that aren't really there, that aren't really that pervasive, you stir the shit up further and you mess things up more than you fix them. Now, they're saying that there's people that are going to extremes saying, oh, the gaming industry is going to shit. Yeah, journalism is gone to shit. You can't trust reviews and blah, blah, blah. But before all these scandals that eventually led up to the formal Gamergate movement, that's really can't be really tied to any one thing specifically, though. Mainly the Zoe Quinn thing, I think, set it off. The thing that's funny is that it's been like this for a long time. For a long time, especially with social media becoming as pervasive as it has. I know I keep saying pervasive. I love that word, but people are not turning to traditional game reviews. They're not turning to the massive media outlets, your IGNs and your Giant Bombs and your Polygons as much. There's still people that go to them, but they usually go to them after the fact, to empower the decision, buying decisions they already made. They're not going like, let me see what the Metacritic score before I buy this. There's still some people that do that, but most people, like you said, Obi, they're mainly going to Twitch to check out the gameplay, or they're going on YouTube, or they're talking to friends, or they go to smaller sites, smaller media outlets where they know they're not selling out, and they're covering stuff because it's what matters to them and what they believe in, and it's authentic. So Gamersgate and all the events that happened before that has not ruined the industry. People are just blowing out of proportion. It's just the way as social media evolves, people are going more to those tightly knit communities where there's trust. So the distrust has been magnified, but it was already there. It's hard to trust a huge corporation because the number one thing they're worried about is, well, now we've grown so big, we got to pay the bills. So who can we sell our souls to? And that's business. Their need for money outweighs their love for whatever they're talking about, and that's just the way it's gonna be. And no one should be shocked by this. It's like, I'm outraged that these people were getting paid by Microsoft to write good reviews. Surprise, really?
Those are the same people that. And I'm gonna say this on a whim, but what we were talking about earlier with men do the same thing, but when like in today's society, when a guy goes off and sleeps with 20 women, some bitch is a hero. When a woman does it, this is just from everybody. Yeah, you guys saw I had a tear in my eye. And this is just if you ask 30 people, what's worse, a woman sleeping with 20 people or a guy sleeping with 20 people? 80% of everybody's gonna say a woman. Why? There's no difference. It might be a difference for the next guy that, has fun. But there's so many different everything. I'm gonna get off this subject because I can't even talk on this now, dude.
I know it's gonna get to. We're gonna give this more attention for those that really want to go deep. So stay tuned. I am working on an article on geekyantics.net that's gonna discuss it deeper. And I might ruffle some jimmies in the process, as Thor likes to say. Your buddy Thor DG.
Get your knickers in a twist.
Yeah, exactly. Get the knickers in a twist. Knickers are very fancy, by the way. But are knickers the same as bloomers? No. Bloomers are the underwear.
Knickers are underwear.
Are they the same?
Yes.
But the bloomers are the puffy pants.
You remember when the guy was in the laundromat and he had to get up, they just talk to Jackie just to get to her daughter? This is like one of the last episodes of Rose.
I'm trying to think. Jackie, Rose's mom.
Yeah,
I can't remember that.
Look
I have to
here,
go back to that.
We're in public, and I'm showing you my knickers.
Yes.
Panties. Yeah.
Yes. It's a cute way to say panties or undies. It's so fancy. But so stay tuned for that. It's gonna come. I'm gonna try to publish that tomorrow. So today is the 18th, and I should know that because my wife's birthday. And tomorrow the 19th. So by the time you guys hear it, the 19th, it's just to see the article up. I've lost all track of time. I'm just that tired, which is bad. Man. Yeah, but
remember she listened to the show last week. Better be careful.
That's because I was gone. She missed me. She just won't admit it. She's too proud for that.
They all.
Yeah. But the thing that's shocking to me is again that people are shocked that there's favoritism and relationships going on in business. That business which is human by nature, which means it's flawed by nature because humans are flawed. It's like this is not a revelation. Like, wait, are we holding gaming journalists and game developers to higher moral standards? Seriously, there's money involved.
And
no,
that's where I'm getting. Why do we even care about this? Why are people pushing the issue? It doesn't freaking matter. Who cares?
I mean, I don't care about Gamergate itself, but I worry about our community that's getting so shocked and offended by this. Like, no, come on, just stop worrying about the drama, and let's just play video games and have fun together. Because gaming, in spite of all the BS, is in a wonderful place. Right now, it doesn't matter. If a media outlet doesn't want to cover your game, who cares? Who gives a fuck? You know what? Indie developers have it so good right now because they could go straight to the people. Social media, baby. Crowdfunding. Go do giveaway campaigns, Twitter chats, so many things you could do. Mm-hmm. Get some buzz going on Reddit if you could stand the trolling, whatever you want to do, and you could do all these viral marketing campaigns that cost you little to nothing, and it's beautiful. You could get that attention without having to jerk off some major players in the industry. You don't need those people. It's nice if you get a big outlet to cover you, but you don't need them. And soon eventually they're gonna start groveling to the indie developers, realizing, look, we can't just keep talking about the big studios exclusively. We need to talk about something more interesting because the big studios are just doing the same old stuff over and over again. How interesting can it be?
And the difference between the big studio developers and the indie developers is indie developers still love what they do.
Usually, yes. Usually they are
really if a guy's making little to nothing and basically barely getting his shit out there every time that they start something new, that man loves what he's doing. Because if you're in it for the money as an indie developer, unless you strike it big, that one chance out of How many games come out every day, Yogi? That's an indie
Ugh.
game. Thousands.
It's tons.
I mean, you're looking at one. Even if you go low, 1 in 100 that might make it good. That might make it if you have the right, the right starter, pack for the starting the game. I mean, there's so many different variables that people don't understand, and that people just, frankly, if the game's this game's crap. But what kind of game is it? If it's a pixelated 8-bit freaking, spaceship game, don't bitch about the graphics when you know that it's a pixelated 8-bit spaceship game.
Yeah.
People are getting, we've talked about this in the past now, people are getting way too picky when they know what they're getting. Now, some games might have some badass freaking, trailers and just epic as hell. You're like, oh my god, I'm getting that thing. And when you get the game, this doesn't look anything like it. I want my money back. I can understand those. But for indie games, come on, guys. Indie game developers are transparent as hell on what the game is or what it could be. I mean, it's just.
It's funny too because right now on All Games chat they're talking about Gamersgate. This is on everybody's mind. Gamergate, not Gamersgate. Gamersgate is a whole different thing, by the way, folks. And people were joining the conversation, not even knowing what the premise of it was. And that's the bad side of social media. We're gonna get into that because that is one of our segments today. But the bad side is when people jump into a conversation and into a battle and not know the history of it, because it did start with the Zoe Quinn thing, and then people kept digging and digging, trying to find more things to bitch about, and it just became ugly. I mean, there were death threats involved. People got hacked. Phil Fish got involved. Total Biscuit got involved, and it got ugly. Yeah, I mean, there were shots fired, and it was just insane. But for some people, it was just like a big kind of marketing expo. But anyway, let's talk about some other stuff that's been going on in gaming besides the drama and BS.
Please, moving on.
But yeah, Destiny, it's been over a week out, and it's got a lot of lukewarm reviews for the most part.
You must be seeing some good ones because all I see is some cold. This game is it's not what you said it was, and yeah.
It's very like some people like to say divisive. It's split down the middle. Like some people love it or they hate it. No, actually, I think more so. I think even the people that like it or love it, they enjoy it enough. They don't regret their purchase, but they're not like OMG best game ever. It's more of like the hype. That hype was really big, and then it came out, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's a cool story, bro.
Yeah, some of these games that do that though, that's how they get rid of it. Problem is they're making their campaign and like getting the hype going and just go high, and then all of a sudden it comes out and they say 1 million copies the first weekend. After that, they don't sell shit.
Yeah,
because they know the game sucks.
Well,
but I haven't played it, so I'm not going to judge or anything.
It's funny you mentioned that because their actual purchasing numbers, the actual sales numbers, did not line up with how many pre-orders they have. So there's a bunch of people that did not end up picking up their pre-orders. So that tells you something.
26% of the people that pre-ordered Destiny did not pick it up. You know how much money that is?
Oh yeah.
26%. You're looking at figures into the millions, guys. I know it's not in the millions. Yeah, you could if you got up that high, but 26% of the pre-orders, and from what I read, and of course this is nothing confirmed, guys. I'm gonna say that up front. It's all speculation by my part, but the 26% is 26% of all basically pre-orders. They didn't pick it up. You're thinking about $60 per game, even if 1,000 people. That's 60,000 people. That's $60,000 right there.
Yeah. Still the money exchanged lots of hands, but I just find it interesting. They went strictly with the beta hype, and then they're pushing it hard through the commercials and teasers and everything. But they did not leverage the press that much. Like they didn't do the usual pre-release game reviews or anything like that. They figured they were kind of arrogant, like, oh, we got enough hype, we got enough pre-order, we got this. So I see why they didn't go for that direction, because people would have been like, this game is pretty good, unless they like put a contract out. You have to say something positive about this.
But it's going to be their downfall. I'm telling you right now. Like I said, they did their campaign for selling the game was to get as many in the first quarter of it being out, which is 3 months for those that don't know how to do that. But in the first 3 months of the game, that's what their campaign was, to get the hype, get that, a couple million people that wanted the game. I mean, it's on a new console. It's not, you know what I mean? It's there. Why not get Destiny? Pre-order Destiny when you buy your Xbox One or the PlayStation or both. I don't even know. I don't even keep track of it.
No, both. They got it for both, but the PS4 had the timed exclusive content.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else about it.
I don't pay it. Like I said, man, it's something that it's one of those things where if I care about it, there's a lot of things that I do care about. Making sure I got my league is up to date, my Dawn Gate's up to date, stuff like that. And if it's news with those two things, especially, of course, I'll be on top of it. But if it's somebody slept with Joe Schmo to get to the top, or somebody slapped their grandma to sell their software, or what, I don't give a damn, really. It doesn't really bother me, because when I'm one of those gamers where I want to play the game, I don't care about all this crap hype. Reddit, I've never ever looked at Reddit until now. I'm serious, guys. I've never ever looked at Reddit until now, when I was just sent the link. Why? Reddit is trolls paradise. Why go there? I don't care. I have Twitter. We have Facebook. I'm getting on a couple other things. I'm not going to let you guys know yet. But we are coming to a few more social media. Is it medias? No?
Media is plural. Medium is singular.
Yeah. So a few more social medias. So
social media.
Few. But I said few. Yeah, got it. Fucking grammar. Anyway.
What? You asked me for my feedback.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think you'd give it so quick. We usually be on the going. Where are we at, dude?
Well, the one thing is that initially when I looked at Destiny, I thought it was like kind of a Borderlands game meets MMO loving. Kind of like, I feel like Destiny is like a bad Defiance, and Defiance is by many people a bad MMO, and I like Defiance. I don't see anything special enough with Destiny to make a big deal. Some people say it looks like Warframe. It reminds me of Warframe. I think Warframe does what Destiny's trying to do better. But Bungie, swears that they're gonna have new content every day. They got like daily quests and all this stuff, and weekly missions, whatever.
We'll see what happens.
This is the bad thing about it, dude. A good game should not tell you, they should not, like, people should not be making apologies for a game that's good, saying, oh, the game really gets better once you reach level 20. So what, I have to freaking grind for 20, 30, 40 hours before the game gets good? That's like saying, hey, the movie isn't that bad. Just sit through the first 2.5 hours. The last 30 minutes are amazing. Really? Like, no one makes those kind of excuses in other places, but for gaming, it's okay when you're dropping $60 a pop. Can you imagine if you spent $60 for a movie and someone told you that? The first half was terrible, but the second half is great. Okay, so I want to pay $30 for it instead of $60. No. You still pay full price. That burns me up, But I guess I'm not comparing apples to apples, but I feel like it's justifiable comparing the two. The other thing people were saying is, oh, it's good if you play it with a friend. I love multiplayer games. I do not really play single player games or campaigns or any of that stuff. But you're telling me a game that was built with a narrative in mind and a single player experience on its own sucks if you play it by yourself. And it's supposed to. They don't want to call it. I don't understand now why they don't want to call it MMO, even though it kind of is.
Dude,
Because
did you see my tweet a couple days ago?
about what?
Destiny. I went hashtag Destiny, MMO / RPG / slash MOBA. It's every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into a MOBA, what is a MOBA? Multiplayer online battle arena. What is the freaking battle fighting back and forth? That's a MOBA.
Yeah.
First person shooters that are MOBAs. But you think and it's a first person, or actually it's not a FPS, it's a third person shooter, but still it's okay. There's Warframe in it, but then you go into and it's got the RPG. You're role playing. You're doing quests and stuff and all that other stuff. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's every kind of game type put into one.
Though some people would argue if there aren't creeps, it's not a MOBA, But I mean, it's still there. It's trying to be a little bit of everything, and then it's not particularly strong in any one thing.
Right. Well, it's not a MOBA C. It's not a MOCA or anything. It's multiplayer online battle arena. Doesn't mean there has to be things for you to hit prior to hitting the enemy champion or shaper or whatever.
But that's the most fun. Smashing them up and be like, I'm strong.
But it's the MOBA definition of a MOBA is, I'll say it again, never mind. But, well, to those people, I don't care. Think it's logical. It's what it is.
It's what it is, yo.
That's... Anyway, Microsoft completed their purchase of Mojang and Notch Leaves. What? I read that way wrong. Microsoft completed the purchase of period.
No, I don't know where that period came from. You read it right the first time. That's a rogue period.
Yeah, see what I deal with, everybody. Rogue periods everywhere. Think what happens when I have a comma. Shit. But does it really matter, Yogi?
No,
I'll start.
really.
I'll start over. How's that? Microsoft they completed their purchase of Mojang and Notch Leaves.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, you troll me, dude. Every single week.
No,
I get
not
trolled.
not to set this structure. The fact that they paid $2.5 billion to buy Mojang. I like Mahjong better. I know it's supposed to be Mojang. Like I was looking it up. Like how it's a Swedish word, and it's supposed to have like the little double dots over the A. But Mahjong sounds better. Like just like Mahjong, playing Mahjong. I don't know, but it's Mojang or something like to that effect. They spent $2.5 billion to buy, Microsoft with their super deep pockets, and then that's like, I'm out, peace, bitches. And then people were like tweeting like, "Lols, Microsoft got trolled." It's like, wait, what did you guys buy exactly? Minecraft? Like, which is funny in itself because most of what makes Minecraft good is not the code that Mojang and Notch put together. It's the community stuff, the third party stuff. So like, what did they buy exactly? So it's a funny story. I think it's cool. It's just going to show that Microsoft is going to do anything they need to stay relevant in the gaming industry. So it's a power play. More than anything, I think it's symbolic of their intentions. That they're serious about staying relevant in the space, and
I wish
they
I
can
was
spend the
thinking about
money.
for Mojang.
Yeah, I know, right?
Seriously.
Well, people left the company. They were like outraged. Derek H over at Dead Pixel Live and All Games said it too on his podcast. And I was thinking the same exact thing. People were quitting like, oh, if Microsoft's buying this company, I'm leaving, because they got a bunch of hippies working there, and they're like, I'm leaving. It's like, wait, you're leaving? That a company that can afford to pay you better it bought the company, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get paid more. No, I don't want our company to become more profitable. No, I'm out.
Yeah. Just depends on some of the insider stuff too, because Microsoft in the past have bought companies and actually lowered wages in the companies they bought. So You got to think about what's the is a power play? Is it? Sure, in Microsoft's eyes, I guess it is. But they're gonna keep everything. Well, now you're under the Microsoft banner. This is what we stared our people out at. This is what it is because it's not a Mojang Notch company anymore. It's a Microsoft company.
And Notch hasn't been involved in Minecraft for a while. He hasn't really been doing much for Mojang. Like Scrolls, he hasn't been involved with that. Some people say Scrolls is a terrible game and it bombed, but it has a strong cult following. Mm-hmm. There's no other real property that they have other than that space shooter that they had. It's supposed to be like an MMO. King Deem said he met Notch, and he's an interesting fella. Notch is a little bit weird. Oh, he worked Minecon. Nice. We might have to get him on the show sometime to talk about his experience.
I'm trying to get him on right now, but he won't answer my... Oh, there you are. Hey, man, hit me up on Skype. We'll add you to the call right now.
You're sending him a little smoke signal. I think I don't know if he has a good mic or not. Last time I talked to him on Skype, it was like a lot of...
Oh, boy.
So, I could deal with it. And I think our listeners can, but Obi might flip his wig. That's how he lost his hair last time, guys. Anyway, let's wrap it up.
It went from here to here.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's cool. I think Microsoft is going in the right direction. I think they're realizing that gamers want fresh content. They want new IP. They're trying to get ahead of the curve. Are they gonna get much more into Minecraft? Maybe some licensing. Maybe they might make a version of Minecraft that's all encompassing and more user friendly. Because Minecraft, like, it's weird. It's for the casual gamer, but as a casual gamer, you usually won't know how to install mods or look for a server
or make anything
or build anything. Like. There's so many things you have to do to get Minecraft to work. Like, the multiplayer isn't even really built in. Everything has to be done after the fact. The core Minecraft product is full of suck. Vanilla Minecraft, I'd rather play with Lego blocks. But once you get all the third-party stuff going and you find a good server, Legos are awesome. But he's giving me excuses about his audio setup.
I know.
It was my chair. Yeah. Damn you. Don't worry. Yeah, we used to do a podcast, OB, and King Deem was a guest one time, and you think that you and I get anal about production quality standards and quality. Julio did it as a labor of love, but he swore like. He was doing it as a hobby, like purely as a hobby. No idea, no concept of how to grow an audience or how to build a website or what he wanted his end game to be. But he expected that everybody that went on the show would spend at least $100 to $200 on a microphone before calling in as a guest. Yes, can you imagine you have people? Yes, if you want to call in, make sure you spend at least $500, with the mixing board and a good microphone and a pop filter and all that. And I'm like, dude. It's you're doing this as a hobby. You cannot expect people to have that kind of stuff for a hobby, But his wife bought him every toy he wanted, so it was easy for him to say that. It's like, oh yeah, I just bought a new MacBook Pro just because. Don't you already have two? That kind of thing. That was good times. But anyway, back to the news. Anyway, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with this whole with this move. Maybe they're doing a bunch of acquisitions and they're gonna try to churn out some like brand new stuff. I'm excited about it. I'm trying not to be a Microsoft fanboy about it, but you know what? If anything, this shows Microsoft has the pockets, and they are willing to invest in their business. So, as far as spending power, no one else right now, amongst the gaming consoles, can really compete on that. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, maybe Nintendo, but Nintendo's like in their own little weird world with like, we don't need any of that. Online play, whatever. So what else? But yeah, the tweets, if you want to check it out, the reactions to the Microsoft acquisition of Mojang is pretty hilarious. People really have a skewed view of the man that Notch is Like they think he's the Lord and Savior. He's an asshole. He's another one of those weird characters like Phil Fish or Cliffy B, like, or Peter Molyneux. Like they're cool in small doses, but when you really come into it, they're kind of sociopaths. They're about like 2 minutes away from eating your face off and then wearing it, and then going. It's one of those things. Like you don't want to be alone with those kind of people. They will get you.
King, I did put it up, man. I put it back up. It's behind me. I opened up. I put my girls on. I brought my girls to the show, of course, and I opened it up, and it's just like it filled the whole screen. He goes, "Hey, put that back up." It's behind me.
Did you put that on the stream?
What?
You totally offended one of our Latin American listeners. He was so offended by your use of scantily clad women on your show.
That he came to this one?
That he came over to Timey Wimey Tea Time and told me in Spanish some very choice words about you, and then he said that I should not enable that kind of behavior because it's offensive and lacks class, and that the devil does not need help spreading his evil.
We all need help.
I was like, it's a bunch of cartoon characters.
Who's talking trash? Really? Are you serious? Are you serious with this?
Yeah, that really happened. And so
I'm doing it every week now.
He said that he felt deceived, and I said, well, one, people that the show hosts on our network, they're independent contributors. I'm not their boss. I give them guidelines. I tell them what my expectations are, but ultimately they could do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. If it gets racist or it becomes a real shitstorm, that's a different story. But otherwise, people can express themselves the way they want. Within means. Right. Scantily clad women. That doesn't break any terms of service. It doesn't. It doesn't even require a higher rating on podcast platforms or anything. So it's a moot point. People wear bikinis in real life. How's that offensive?
I don't understand either. I don't know. Maybe because they're hot. I don't know. They're characters from a video game I play. Really, dude. Come on. He felt deceived. What? Because it says Sunday Dose.
Dude, in Spanish, he said verbatim, "I felt deceived." No, he knew it was the Sunday Dose. He knew it was a different show. And he knew you were a different person. Okay. But he had to bring it over to where we had a lot of comments, as if I wasn't paying attention to everything else, and bring it into that. So I said, well, I appreciate your feedback. I was very nice about it. So I appreciate your feedback. I understand where you're coming from. Timey Wimey Tea Time, we keep it G-rated. We keep it family friendly. Because we understand we have a more sensitive audience, and we try to keep it very grounded, and that's what we do.
And everything right here is I might say the swear words and stuff like that every now and then, but these women are clothed. It's G-rated.
Well,
okay. PG.
I told him in the end.
13.
I said I feel deceived because 17. You're putting it. Yeah. He put a comment. He said he felt deceived. So I finally, after I gave him a long explanation how the network works and everything, I said, well, I'm glad you told me you feel deceived because I feel deceived because I'm trying to figure out what a comment on the Sunday Dose has to do with Timey Wimey Tea Time. I feel deceived, and you're deceiving everybody else in here. So
it was secretly me.
It was secretly you speaking Spanish.
You didn't know that?
I knew it. You are trolling me. He says, "What game is that?" That is from League of Legends.
That's Cassiopeia, not in a snakeskin. Yeah, Janna, and then who is that? Leona, Misfortune, and Ash. That was the original 5 girls of League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. So one more thing before we get derailed anymore, but Facebook is trying to, again, copy other platforms. They're really they're desperately grasping at straws here. So they're developing systems for real-time updates that will make them pretty much more like Twitter. They want to do trending topics and breaking news so that there's no lag. Like you can get it as it's happening. So that's cool. But this is what worries me about it. Facebook doesn't have a problem with speed, and it definitely doesn't have a shortage of content.
Mm-hmm.
What it has an issue with is focus. Facebook is basically a bunch of loud people that think that their message is more important than everyone else, and they're all talking at the same time. As a result, you have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to read something about the cure for cancer, and I'm getting freaking 100 freaking invites for Farmville 2, Pet Saga, Candy Crush, and all this other stuff. Now, yes, you can turn those notifications up, but then a new game comes up, and they're sending you invites for that. Then they got sponsored ads and all this stuff going in there. Oh, you like whatchamacallit chocolate bars, you might like Rogaine for men. What? How did you make that connection? What? And there's so much for pollution in that stream because on one side they're trying to be useful and entertaining, and on the other side they're trying to make money. And it's frustrating to me on so many levels. So what they need to do is create some filters and some different like tabbed views. And I'm getting message left and right here, so I'm gonna put on the D&D.
It's probably because of my background.
Is it?
I don't know. Is that why you're getting messaged?
No, it's a bunch of different people. No, but Janelle just messaged. Hello, Janelle. She said she had school at 8 a.m. All right, but anywho, that's my rant there. I just think they need to come out before they turn up the heat on the content. They should freaking you know, they should make it so that you could actually get to the content you want. Improve the search, make filtered views. So you can, when you're in game mode, you can look at the game crap. When you're in news mode, you can look at news stuff. When you're in friends and family mode, you can look at all the little stuff. Oh, I just ate a sandwich. Oh, I just took a massive dump, whatever. Whatever they want to share, whatever people think is really cool. It's like, oh, this person that I saw down the street had a booger in their nose. Ha 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 ha. And people, like, if I want to get to the minutia of all the stupidity you want to share, cool. I'll set that up. But they need to make it structured. And then they can do all that stuff, the real time stuff. Because Twitter, what makes it nice is you don't have to live in your stream, and their search is good. You know, Facebook doesn't have that really, so they shouldn't be trying to mimic Twitter. I don't know. What do you think, Obi?
How do I want to say this? With Facebook and how they are, I mean, I cannot stand. I tell everybody. Especially people that are actually on my contact list on my phone, you know, do not send me anything else like this. If they say you want to invite me or Obi1X2 or whatever, say no. Uncheck that shit, because if you start sending it to me, I'll start kicking you off my friends list. I can't stand that shit. Just because. What?
No, I'm laughing because it's true.
No, something's happening with our buffering.
No, it's on his side. He's got a crappy setup.
It's Twitch. It's
Twitch.
It's gotta be Twitch, because it was doing it to me earlier when I was watching Worlds. It would stop and then go back and then stop and then go back. But I really think with what Facebook's trying to do, I really think they're trying to progress and actually maybe even evolve into more. Because, you know, you just said it. If they don't evolve into something else or something more than what they have, they're going to get left behind, social media-wise. Yes, people can... It's not going to get left behind, but it's going to be to the point where it's lacking, I guess you could say, lacking luster. People, we really don't care about it right now. Or we only post on there for our family or friends or whatever, and that's it. I still know people that only have 15 friends because that's all they know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I really think if it's going to be something that is going to benefit them and everybody else that's using it, I think it's the way to go. I mean, why not? Why not get better? That's what we do as streamers and as podcasters and creators of content, is we always try to get, you know, you need an upgrade, a CPU upgrade. I need a CPU upgrade. I gotta have a CPU and upgrade and a video card, and I'm upgraded. You know, we always strive to get upgrade, the next best thing, so we can actually make our content good. You know, whether it's going to be podcasts, whether it's going to be, you know, when I bought the microphone, and I bought, you know, everything so that the audio is good. Now I got to get my video set up.
It's a work in progress.
You ain't lying, dude, because this green screen's gonna piss me off.
But let's move on from the news so we could get to the meat and potatoes of tonight.
And I'm gonna do it real quick. What I promised everybody.
Oh,
We do it live.
do that now?
Why not?
Okay.
Yes, no?
No, go ahead. I'm just gonna move around the notes. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Actually talk about something I need to count.
Oh. All right, you gonna do that while I multitask?
Yeah. 7.
Well, this is the part of the show, our man Christians and geek girls. I'm not gonna go into the whole spiel like Obi does. Just real quick, if you want to join the show, it's real easy. You can get connect with us on Twitter at Geeky Antics, at Yogizilla, at Obi1X2, and when Janelle's with us at Janelle_no5. We have a blog page up on allgames.com, and of course our official hub, geekyantics.net. Again, Geeky Antics Network Global. From now, we will share our Geeks of the Week. I don't know if Obi has anyone, and Janelle is not here, so she obviously doesn't have anyone. Or if she does, she's not sharing it. My Geek of the Week. I haven't been on Twitch much lately. Sorry, guys. Got a lot of catching up to do, and I had to focus on producing content rather than consuming it. So I'll have to catch up with the love later. But I do want to give a shout out to Eric and James over at the Walker Stalkers for hooking us up with press passes for Walker Stalker Con. So that's pretty awesome. And it's just cool how they support other podcasters and media outlets and whatnot. So we feel the love there. And it's cool. Walker Stalkers. They're a podcast. They're a community. They're a media outlet that's by fans for fans, and it's become much more than just The Walking Dead. There's so much more that they plug into. So we're looking forward to collaborating with them. So lots of love there, and they just hit their 100th episode on Walker Stalkers. It's amazing that they've done so many conventions in that short amount of time doing that podcast. So they've grown very fast. So I'm happy for them. So Eric and James, if you happen to be listening, much love from us here over at Geeky Antics.
Right. Well, for those that have been following for the last several weeks, we are doing a Payday 2. I'll get to my stream in a second, but because there's a little bit more I want to talk about with it. But we've been doing a Payday 2 game giveaway for the last couple weeks, saying, guys, go ahead and comment on the video, and we're going to use just basically random.org on the comments and pick a winner. Well, there was a winner picked, and the winner is I gotta say his name right. Prefects. Prefects has won the comment. His comment is, say, I really want the game because all my friends are playing the game, and I saw some videos about it, and I love it. So congratulations to Prefects. That's Prefex. We'll be sending you a comment on YouTube here within the next by tonight. So I don't know. Well, you want to give them a couple days, Yog, to answer back, or maybe a couple weeks? Because I'm actually gonna not a couple weeks, but because I'm actually gonna message them on YouTube. So, and then if he just disappears off the face of the earth, and we'll see you right back here next week to give it a try it again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll give them a week. So the next show, cause if someone wants it that badly, they're gonna be checking this stuff often.
Right.
So,
but congratulations, Prefects. Again, you have won the Payday 2 game. Congrats.
I think King Dean wanted the game. Aww.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's a randomizer. I have no I don't have any control over it. I hit the button, it says random, and it gives me a random. That's it. So the only fair way to doing anything like this is because people go, oh, he did that. No, I don't even, Random. That's how it is. You comment, you get chosen to, you get put in the straw and the poll. But
Word.
again, congratulations to Prefects. Now, we were talking about streamers of the week. I do have a streamer of the week, but it's a couple of them. It's more or less a game, and I'm gonna just shout out basically the Dawngate community. You guys do know that I've been getting into Dawngate a little bit more, playing a little bit more, meeting some of the some of the developers, some of the bigger streamers that stream Dawngate every single day, and yeah, he never games anyway. But I just wanted to, I want to give a shout out to the Dawngate, Waystone Games, is one. The Shapers Guild, you guys go check them out. They're starting to do custom matches and actually let you guys play, and they're not there to critique you and just say, well, why did you build this first, or why did you build, it's just practice. Because just like any other MOBA that's really tried to do it, gotten into it, they were trying for esport. So the Shapers Guild, I guess I could just do a couple. Thor DG, of course, and just those guys that are dedicated to playing Dawngate. Give big shout outs to you guys. Keep the game coming, guys. Flynn is awesome.
Flynn.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dawngate video gameplay is coming. I'm recording my rise to diamond. So
The hashtag the dream.
yes, the Dawngate dream. Maybe I can be picked up by a competitive team and we can just go.
I'm gonna throw another small streamer that you probably never heard of, Smite Game. They're very small, high-res studios. They developed this game called Smite. It reminds me a lot of Dawngate mixed with World of Warcraft. Yeah, but otherwise, it's nothing like it. I'm kidding. I'm trolling. Though I didn't know. I did start.
Lame. What?
I know. But no, I did notice. You're talking about how Smite has become a major esports game, and they're about like 2 or 3 weeks in. I was watching that a little bit while I was off site.
Well, they're not major. I mean, but they're coming into the scene really fast.
They're coming in pretty fast.
Really
they have good commentators. The matchups are actually really fun to watch because it's really fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it lends itself much better than League of Legends and Dawngate does as far as like spectator sport. Like I usually don't like watching League of Legends or Dawngate unless there's a friend playing or someone's really funny. But like when they try to make it all serious, like, oh, he just moved to the right and he moved to the left. He last hit the creep. Oh, that's another last hit. Like they're trying to make boring stuff seem exciting. It's like this doesn't happen.
Well, with League of Legends, I don't just watch any streamer. I mean, there are a few streamers that I have followed that if they're at the top of my list, I'll go down. Usually, I start at the bottom. Usually, I'll always, if there's something on Geeky Antics, it's always down there. So I'll hit them first to make sure what they're doing. Usually Puffin is usually down there. Fed Pro, Janelle number 5, she's usually down there with 15, 20 people, and I try to get them guys first because those are the people that I want to follow. Those are the people that I want to engage with because, yeah, Puffin got a sub button, awesome. Congrats to you, bro. But I still want to engage with him. I knew him when he started. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And of course, then you get up there to the top, closer to the top where, if Thor comes on, of course, he's near the middle. I watch a lot of Trick2G. He's huge. He's a huge streamer. He's got thousands in his channel no matter what, whenever he streams. I still want to watch him because he's good. The
Yeah,
shaker,
you're a better person than I am. I can't watch his 2 Yo MTV raps for me. It's, it's
he does get a little bit wild on the rap music and what, but it's just the gameplay is what I look at. Most of the time I'm on multi-Twitch, and I'm watching 3 or 4 streams on 2 different monitors, and there's only one sound turned on.
Well, don't forget if you get an Apple Watch, you could watch it on your wrist as well. That's revolutionary. No one else has done that yet.
And a waste of money.
Yes.
But so I mean, I watch a whole bunch, and of course, you guys know that right now, World started yesterday. Been watching the replay all day because I didn't get to watch it yesterday. And Jude, oh my God, if you guys haven't seen the World, if you guys want an in-depth conversation of League of Legends, hit it up on Sunday, or make sure you guys hit this Sunday dose this Sunday, because it's gonna be wild. There are some plays that I thought would never happen. Well, I thought they would happen, but I mean, just the all-out confidence from teams that should have it, because they've finished high in their groups. TSM, of course, just raffle stomped whoever. I mean, it was, I don't even know who they played really. I mean, but they beat the living hell out of them. It was awesome. But anyway, let's go. We're derailing again.
Look, keep going. I'm trimming down to make room for other stuff.
Other stuff.
But well, yeah, I'm trying to trim down so we can get to the stuff we really want to talk about already.
Yeah, I was playing.
Yeah,
But
no additional stuff.
I'll see. Any emails or any good tweets come out this week?
Yes, we got let me grab it here. We got an iTunes review, and Apple and all their genius make it hard for you to view iTunes reviews on anything other than the Apple device. So thank you, Apple, for that. Don't worry, I have an iPoop, so it's okay. I think we covered most of these reviews before, but this one is new. Cherry Blossom writes, and she puts lips at the end of her name, which is pretty cool. She gives us 5 stars, and she writes the title of her review is Outstanding Humor. Love their humor tactics. You have to listen. Tactics. She's making it sound so surgical, like we're little soldiers on the battlefield. Like,
all right, I'm gonna say this, and then you're gonna laugh. Ha ha ha.
We take out the battle plans. We got the map, and like, all right, we're gonna go over here with this group A. This will be Group A. We're gonna go over here. Group B is gonna flank over here. Group C is gonna camp there, and then Group D is gonna go bio break. Go. What?
What?
Stop it. I was talking about the tactics. Jerk. Hey, we got it all 5-star ratings. Everybody's been really kind.
Everybody's been lying, huh?
Yeah. Because the internet, someone's got to say something negative. We're going to get gamergated soon ourselves, I'm sure.
No shit, right? Wait. Who's sleeping with who here?
Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Hopefully Obi and I won't come up in the same sentence. Gonna be a little awkward, but yeah. But yeah, this is our Geeks Engage segment. We're not gonna go too deep into it. We're gonna try to move things along. You could always connect with us live on our Skype, HorsePLAY Live. Always connect with me, YogiZilla. This might be easier. And then you have to do Obi policing you. Like, no, you seem like a troll. Click. He'll vote you off the island.
Dude, there's been a couple where.
Yeah, I know.
Where we've had to where they just troll the fucking piss out of me, and I go, delete, and he goes, hey, where's this guy at? I said, I deleted his ass. I don't feel like getting trolled during the show. They know what this is for. Stop. Kingdom, I still haven't. I didn't get your invite yet though. Even though you can't join us, still send us an invite or send me an invite so we can actually get you on the list, so that we can get you in the call here whenever you can get a mic. Or just a headset. I mean, it doesn't have to be a studio mic like we have. It could be, just a regular old gaming headset. What?
I'm pretty sure people that download the podcast don't want to hear that. You could type it to him.
What?
The inside baseball. That's all right. Give me more editing work to do. I mean, what time is it right now? I'm
What
gonna
do I do
write it down. What?
What do I do now?
All right. So anyway, we have no voicemail this week. We've been getting voicemail for all our other shows.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
You guys are like, giving all the love to the other show. That's cool, but spread the love evenly. So we like some voicemail, not just for our other shows, but for us right here on HorsePLAY Live, because they're fun and give us something to talk about. Our number is 1-206-415-4987. Again, 1-206-415-4987. And that O is a 0 or a Z, depending what part of the world you're in. We are in the U.S., so just know that there might be standard tolls and charges and whatnot. But I think we're finally getting to what is a quickie, but not really. But we got some more people coming to chat too. Woohoo! Oh, you ready to open us up? And we're gonna try to blaze through this because we've had a feature for the past 3 weeks that we haven't had a chance to get to. Damn it, we're gonna get to it tonight.
What are we opening up now?
Quickie. This is your part. The part you wait for every night. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh.
Quickie.
Broken dreams and marketing overhype. That's our thing tonight. Broken dreams and marketing overhype in gaming. Mm-hmm. Yes, we put our game face on. We kind of already went on a rant earlier, but cause we talked about Destiny and how that was a lot of disappointment with the overhype, and Obi's totally trolling me with his face. He's got his troll face on, literally, like Hulk smash. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I guess the Hulk can be kind of troll like, but we'll talk a little bit more about gaming journalism and everything in between. I feel like there's a lot of mixed messaging, and it's causing resentment, distrust, and other hard feelings. I think the recurring theme that we've been getting at, especially throughout many of our episodes, is we're kind of tired of the false promises and the sellout journalists and the big studios, and publishers just doing the bait and switch on us. So all that kind of stuff is getting kind of old. But it's not just in gaming, to be fair, it's not just in gaming. But before we really point fingers, I think we should look a bit within ourselves. And I'm gonna give you guys a few rhetorical questions. We'll probably get into this deeper. And again, you can leave us a voicemail message and tell us your thoughts. I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions so we could be a little introspective. I don't think we're gonna get into the questions too much tonight, 'cause we do want to get into our feature discussion. But here's the thing I want to ask everybody. Have we gamers, now whether you like that label or not, we gamers, we people that happen to play video games habitually to some extent, all right? That'll be our functional definition. Have we become insatiable? Does it feel like, to me, it feels like we're never satisfied. There's not enough video games somehow, even though there's tons of games coming out. There's more content now than ever. Come on. Even during the NES era, where there were no quality controls and everybody could pretty much make a game for Nintendo, there was like an endless supply of video games, and there still wasn't as much as there is now. And the quality standards are far better now, as much as we complain about there being unfinished, full-price games, which is a thing too. Yeah, we're looking at you, EA. But, are we just insatiable? Are we beyond satisfaction? That's something to think about. And also with that, what defines a good game? What defines value? Where is that line that you draw in the sand between the price you would like to pay for something, a video game, and what the actual market, or manufacturer suggested retail price is? So what defines value to you in a game? Like, when do you feel that you got your money's worth? What are those things you look for? Can you put your finger on it, or is it something that's kind of abstract? All right, so those are the questions we're asking you right now. You can leave us your feedback at 206-415-4987. And of course, you go to geekyantics.net and you'll see our phone number there too. But another thing I would say while you think about those things, traditional game reviews, we've said this before, they're dead. because more people are turning to, even crazy, crappy shows like us that have no focus. They come to the smaller sites, to the fan sites, to the smaller media outlets and networks to get uninhibited opinion, a different perspective, perhaps. And that means something. But with that, do you think, the media giants like IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, what have you, do they still have a place? Lots of questions here in this quickie. Like I said, we're trying to go through it, and we're not gonna go off on these tangents right now.
Yeah, he's losing.
Are you trying to get him set up?
No, he's losing stream.
Yeah, I think it's on his. Cause he's on a Linux box. They're not. It's he's got to hack it up to get it to work. I bet you Twitch support on Linux is terrible bad. Whoa! Well, actually, we forgot to mention that Twitch now works on Chromecast. By the way, so just throw that in there. We could put these questions in the chat.
All right.
I'll put
You keep going. I'll do it.
You got them all right. Just the bold stuff.
Oh.
You can put all of it if you want. Sure. Spam the chat. You can put all of it.
Okay.
Another thing too is, are we justified with our disappointment, and are we justified in our disappointment, or are we just being salty dogs? I think it's a little bit of columns A and B. Even we could be a little salty sometimes. We try to keep it positive, and we're totally excited about gaming as a whole, from whether you're a hobbyist or it's a lifestyle for you. I think we're in a very good place, but it's still, there's still something worth looking at there. And then another thing, when we think about the hype machine and how, like, again, back to Destiny, they sold that so hard, right? They sold it so hard, and it couldn't possibly live up to the hype. So, does this high pressure selling and overhype marketing still work? Is it worth it in the long run? I mean, I think they're still gonna make the money, and they're probably gonna keep that franchise running. They may not have hit their sales projections, but they're not struggling either. For a new franchise, they're doing really well with Destiny, in spite of how much people are shitting on them. So, but I think deep down inside, people are craving more authentic stories. They want a believable story. They want to be able to hear a message that really moves them from someone that clearly loves what they're talking about, not just someone that is clearly paid to do it.
Right. Well, and just like a lot of other gamers right now, Kingdom says if it's not multiplayer, he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Now, providing, like, there are some games that I play that you guys would probably laugh at that I play that are single player, and I got them for single player. A few of them have opened up to where it's, online now, but like I play Farm Simulator, I play the Euro Truck Simulator. That was all first person, one player, and I did it because it was relaxing to me. I just got to build a business, or I built a farm, or whatever it is. But then again, it got really bored really, really fast. You don't want to play because there's nobody to talk to, or there's nobody to conversate with, or just nothing. So, yeah, it just depends on who you are and what kind of games you like too.
Yeah, I think so. And we're doing this just to get people thinking about stuff. We're not really gonna give a lot of answers this quickie, because that would not be quickie at all.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to keep moving along, guys. I'm trying. But the last thing, I think in the end, we do try to justify our purchases, so let us know if you agree with that. Because the reason I say that is because we're looking at, at all these things. We talk about how a game was disappointing, or how the review lied, or the marketing was hype. But a lot of times those things are afterthoughts. Like, you already made a decision for whatever reason. Maybe a friend told you something, or you saw something you liked, in spite of what everything else may have said or try to hint it at. So we get our gut feeling, or we want a game to be something that is not really going to be. Like, we hype it up in our mind. It's like, that looks like it's going to be awesome, and we set the bar high ourselves. Once you make the purchase, it's really hard for a game to admit they made a wrong buying decision. Unless there's some way you get your full money back, because you don't want to have that shame of having a game that you're not gonna play or you lost money on. It sucks. So we find ways to justify it to ourselves. So we look for people that agree with our opinion, like, or will try to help us fool ourselves into thinking the game is better than it really is. And that's where reviews start to really matter. The more traditional reviews. So those sometimes reviews give us that, the comfort and support that we may not get otherwise. But you know. I think as a whole, don't put too much stock in the marketing messages, traditional reviews. Turn to a friend, turn to a smaller source. There's something more trustworthy. If you need the guidance beforehand, and after the fact, then look around and see what the general sentiment is, and see how it aligns. It's fun to look at those Metacritic scores and whatnot, but I think we shouldn't put too much stock in it. What do you think, Obi?
Right.
Right.
Well,
that
really, Kingdom said something too again in chat. Is you pay $60 on a game where once the SP is done, you just trade it in. I mean, really, if we had to do that to where it's, you might as well go use GameFly or go do whatever and just play the game as long as you want it and then send it back. I mean, for a lot of these games that are like they just come out and they're 60. Then okay, we'll just use Destiny. $60 right out of the gate. If you pre-ordered, it was probably like you got was like 50 or something like that, and then you got some cool shit to go along with it and all that other cool, just like any other game that pre-orders.
65 with tax.
Well, yeah, basically. But then you say okay, and this is providing that Destiny didn't have a multiplayer. That you do all the single player, and even if it doesn't have a multiplayer, you're doing you're coming out with content every single day. It would get really boring really fast. It's just like I said before. It's all about what the individual gamer wants to do. Me, providing if I get I'm going to get a PS4 regardless at some point, I'm not going to get Destiny. I already know that. It's not a game that I want to put time into. I'm not going to put time into WoW. I'm not going to put time into something else like it. That's just how it is. I'm not going to, if I'm going to spend the double-digit hours, and it's almost like a full work week on a game, I'm going to go back and play WoW. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just me, but I have an understanding of the game. I have friends there. I have a guild there. I have everything that I need already set up for me. I mean, I don't know. There's just so many different variables that you can go off on. Yeah, I know, King. There's so many different variables that you can go off, whether, just it all depends on what games you like to play. That's probably not an answer because yeah. Anyway.
No, it's good. It counts. That's part of the scope. We try to cover a lot of content in one little segment.
And as you guys can see, Yogi will get off there and speak about something, and then I try to give the logical explanation just because that's just how I am. Yeah. Does it sound good? It does sound good. To where, if I was a developer, could I sell a game for $60 and a whole bunch of people buy it? But then something else was said in chat too. It's all about replay value, man. It's all about how many more times am I going to play this game? Am I going to play it once, beat it, and then be done with it? Wait for the next game to come out? Or am I going to play this game over and over and over and over again? Multiplayer does that for games. When the game has multiplayer, it gives you the ability to raise your replay value by double just because you can play it with different people every day. I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, let's move on because I'm looking at the time, man. Good Lord, we have like a little less than a half hour left. I did want to get into a feature discussion tonight. So this is something we've been trying to get into for a while. This might end up being a quickie, but I felt like this message needs to go out there. The title of this feature is "The Heart of Collaboration." You know, and we keep talking about social media, and we've been kind of prepping for today's show. And episode 40. This is kind of a milestone. I think this is a very important message to share today because it really boggles my mind when people do not get the true nature of social media. It becomes anti-social media. We've talked about this on the geeky antics side of things. We talked about this on all games. How some geeks and entrepreneurs are just so selfish. People are just, on Twitch you see it. People are so against self-promotion, collaboration, or any kind of generosity. They feel like you have to pay money or earn your right to do that. But then I realized that allowing certain things in small doses, it breeds more support and it becomes a mutual thing. People do not, and this happens a lot when people do not have a marketing background. They don't see how that behavior, that selfishness, is hurting them more than anything. So the first thing I want to say is self-promotion helps everyone out. So don't be a butt about that. I can't stand it when I'm in a Twitch chat, a new streamer I'm checking out, and they start off pretty good. I'm like, oh, they're pretty funny. They're playing a different game. I like their personality. I like the way their profile's set up, very professional. Oh, it's a pretty cool looking overlay. I'm checking out all these things, but then they do the biggest asshole thing they could possibly do. Someone says, "Hey, you like this game? You should check out this game," and they try to post a link, and then the streamer gets nasty. Excuse me. Don't post links without permission from the property. And it's just, I want to go in there, and I'm not a violent person, but I want to punch them, like on the forehead. It won't hurt them that bad, but just so it'll be like they'll be shocked, like, the heck? Did you just punch my forehead? Yes. Or punch them on the ass. Then no one gets hurt with that. Just punch to the ass.
Sexual harassment.
Oh yeah, that's true. The PC police is out, so they might say something about that.
Say good game. As long as you say good game, it's all good.
Oh, that's true. But no, that and we've said this before, but that gets my jimmies. That rustles my jimmies, as people like to say these days. I've been hearing a lot of people say that lately. It's stuck in my head.
The only person I've heard say that is you, and you said it 16 times today since I've been talking to you on Skype.
Forrest says it, and it's all over like Twitch. You're thinking about a different kind of Jimmy because you're a perv. That's why. Now it all makes sense. But, that's the whole self-promotion thing it's just... It's a real sore point for me. People make such a big stink about it. They're not losing their audience. If they lost their audience because someone posted a link, that means they're not doing a good job retaining their audience. They're not engaging their people. And they don't deserve to hold on to them to begin with. It's not because someone posted links that they're losing the people. It's because they're being assholes or they're not being entertaining or useful enough. That's it. Now, you know, on the flip side, don't go into someone's home and try to sell, don't go to a family reunion and try to sell all the family members on insurance or try to sell a used car, oh, it's a funeral. Hey, you guys want a used car? I got some good deals. Come on over. There's a time and a place for everything. Don't be a shark about it. So don't go to a Twitch channel or onto a blog. Don't be on a podcast as a guest. Call in and spamming links. And you can spam verbally too. It's just the same. It's like, hey, by the way, check out my blah blah blah. It's like, dude, first say hello. Who are you? What brings you here? Be human about it. That's the flip side about it. But it's all right. I think if you maintain a 3-to-1 ratio, between you share 3 things and then you plug yourself once. So curate, then share yourself. Curate, which means sharing other people's stuff, and then plug your own stuff. In other words, support others more than you promote yourself. Then you're cool. That if you do that, no one can complain. But I still find it funny because you'll catch there's a lot of Twitch streamers. I tell them, oh, I just I submitted you to a bunch of directories. Oh, I told this website about you. They're gonna feature you for the week, and they get like, you know, a cajillion visitors on the website a day, and whatever the numbers might be. And they're like,
And they're
oh,
pissed.
thanks.
Why did you do that?
No, they don't get pissed. They'll be like, cool, thanks. That's awesome. And then you're like, hey, I got something. When you get a chance, can you check this out? Why are you plugging my stuff, your stuff on my site? I was like, oh, I just freaking hooked you up. Like, I'm asking you to check out something when you get a chance.
Well,
Don't be a dick.
The funny thing about that is every time I do go to a streamer and say, you know, hey, I'd like to, you know, feature you. I'd like to give you a shout out on. You know, when I say give you a shout out on talk show, okay. When I give you a shout out on talk show, it's both of them. I do it on HorsePLAY and the Sunday Dose, just because. Why not? If it's a streamer that I believe in, but then on top of that, and then I would say, if you have a second sometime in the next couple of days, I would love to talk to you a little bit. Here's my Skype. And
Yep.
I'm being legit. I have it to where I set up to where I have when I sign my name, it's Obi1X2. Contributor at geekyantics.net, blah blah blah, podcast host of HorsePLAY. You know, it's a whole thing. And I get more people that go, oh, no, I'm good. No thanks, man. Are you really? I'm doing this just because I like your stream.
Yeah, I hate that. Oh, I hate when people say I'm good. That's such a freak. That's annoying as hell.
Or the other one is when somebody's like not really whatever. They're like, yeah, you probably don't reach enough people.
Yeah.
I could care less if I reach one person. That's one person that didn't know about you.
Exactly.
That one person, and I'm going to use this because I've seen it happen. That one person can donate. That one person can do a lot of things for you.
And that's the one person that might be your one super fan that you could not have reached otherwise. This is terrible attitude to take. And the people that only rely on Twitch to promote this stuff, or they might tweet out, they might do Facebook, but they think that all they got to do is just stick with the big players. They're going to be in for a surprise. Because, you know, the real magic in marketing happens when you reach those niche communities. You can have a reach of 100,000 people or 1 million people. Yeah, that's cool. But you're probably not going to get them to do much of anything useful. But if you get into those tightly knit communities, those highly engaged communities where people actually take action, it's a whole different thing. I mean, you go to our YouTube channel, we don't have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but out of those, you know, 300 plus, and it's going up still, subscribers that we have so far.
More than that.
Yeah, we keep going up. It's good stuff.
We're at 400 plus right now.
Wow, it must have gone up as I checked earlier.
Right now.
You know, but those people leave comments. They share us on Twitter. They share us on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You know, they're doing useful stuff. I don't want a dead audience. I want people like it'd be like saying, "Hey, I have a party. You know, about 10,000 people are coming," and then everybody just sits around and does nothing. The fuck? Who wants that? You know, that's what people are saying, though. It's like, oh, it's all about reach. Okay, cool. Be with a bunch of zombies. You know, I hate that attitude, man. You got to go beyond your platform. You got to be humble and receptive to new things because it helps you just as much as it helps the other person. People really put a lot of stock in themselves. Like, oh, you just want to ride my brand, you know. You're trying to get a tap into my audience. Like, no, you don't reach enough people to make it worth my time. All right. I'm going to tell you right now, our numbers are growing exponentially. Now on the ground level is when we can do the most partnerships. I'm going to laugh. Those same people that are talking shit and that turn their nose, they're going to come back and be like, oh. We already had some cool sponsors coming on board and some nice things coming around. We got the press passes to Walker Starker Con. We got other things on the horizon. I'm not saying we're going to be massive, but we're gonna make some big moves. And then people that did not want to, partner up with us, I don't want to say partner, but team up with us, you know, what?
I'll talk to you after the show.
Are you gassy again?
Nope.
Yeah, you threw me off the rant, Ob.
I know.
You gotta fight for your right to party. I like that. Yeah, I got an extended chat because Twitch is being a real asshole tonight. I apologize, guys. It's not us this time.
It's actually not us this time, which is really, really good from my point of view. But we are sorry that it's messing up. That's not cool.
Yeah, it's because they're putting all the resources towards the esports and whatnot. Darn it. Here's another thing, Ob. So you said that you mentioned the one that that's a real sore point for me. You just hurt a nerve, bro. You don't even know the I'm good thing. Oh God, that gets me. Cause that's what I say to people. Like, you ever had someone approach you to sell you a product? Like when kids try to do the things like I'm raising money for my basketball team or my football team, whatever. And like sometimes that you wonder is like, okay, you want to help them, but then it's like, well, all right. So what I need to do? Oh, you could buy M&Ms or this candy bar, and then that helps that the proceeds go towards the team. Okay, and they showed like credentials that look a little funny, and they said, well, how much is the candy bar? $10. I'm like, I'm good. It's like a nice way of saying fuck you. That's what it is. That really hits me. So anyway, the other thing, before I go back into that rant, is that this whole thing that people do with, they act like they don't have time. It's like, oh, well, I'm streaming for 8 hours today. I don't have time. Well, at any point, do you take a shit? At any point, do you sleep? At any point, do you just sit around watching bullshit TV shows? I'm just saying, this time, you're just not using it in the right places.
Every single day.
Every single day. Every day. Yeah, but people do that. It's like, I hate when people do that. It's like, I don't have time. It's like, yo, come by. I tell them, come drop by our show. If you could just stick around for 5-10 minutes and chat and hang out with us for a bit, that'd be cool. Or leave a voicemail. I don't have time. Okay. Well, this is what I picture. If people truly did not have time, and I'm going to be very vulgar, I'm sorry, but this is something that really pisses me off. I don't have time. That's another way of saying fuck you indirectly. No, all right. If we really did not have time, we'd be like the characters in the fictional world of Dune. We'd have suits that recycle our urine into drinking water. We'd have freaking, shit bags attached to our rectums, because we don't have time to go to the bathroom, and we'd be teleporting everywhere. And maybe we wouldn't have time to get to school, so we'd have everything projected into our brain somehow. Like, we don't have time. Yes. What are you using your time on? Let's think about that carefully. What you're saying is, my time, you're not worth my time. So be careful when you tell people that. It's like, don't just say, hey, I have a lot of stuff going on. This is a better way to say it. I have a lot of stuff going on, but let me play around my schedule and I get back to you. That's cool. That's the nice way. You could blow off someone like that without saying fuck you, but don't say you don't have time. No, that makes me feel like my time has been wasted with shenanigans. Sorry. I'm sorry, Obi. These are very.
No. I'm laughing my ass off right now.
These are very delicate.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing my ass off right now. I'm just looking at some videos that I got from some. Never mind. Just go ahead, dude. Rant your way. The more you talk, the less I have to.
I like it. Teamwork is such a beautiful thing. If people saw the value in it, they wouldn't even make up the excuses. Like the thing is, if it has to be an immediate value, and unless you're holding $1 million in front of someone, cold hard cash, they don't see the value because they're just so blinded by ignorance and just the status quo, and it gets to me because people they limit themselves so much. Like, no one is self-made anything. Anyone that tries to say, oh, I'm successful and I did it all by myself, bullshit. Someone helped you. people helped you. You know, there's no one gets anywhere without the help of others, unless like I don't know. Can't even think of a situation where other human beings do not help you get where you need to. It's always some sort of team environment.
Well, it's just like it's just like the case of Geeky Antics, man. You with what you do, you're very, very good in keeping everything organized. And when I send you podcasts from, like, when I send you this one later, when I send you the Sunday Dose and the App Stock Outlook, I mean, with people like you that have all the organization in the world, guys, guess what? Yogi, myself, anybody that's in the gang. That's why we're as big as we are now, is because we shout out everybody that comes along. Don't care if you're a dirtbag, I'm still going to shout you out just because everybody deserves a shout out regardless. Whether if it's just like when I shouted out FedPro. FedPro? You remember her, right?
Yeah.
Where,
she's pretty cool.
Where she plays League of Legends at a gold elo, a gold level, high. Gold 1, gold 2, with just her feet. And somebody told me, well, she's already big. She's only been streaming for a month, and she's already got a sub button and all that other stuff. That's because what she does is amazing.
Yeah.
It's not nothing short of amazing. How many people can you say that plays video games? And it's not just League. She plays other things too. But not that plays video games regardless on a keyboard and a mouse with their feet. You can't.
You know what that's awesome about her too?
She's sweet as hell.
She is sweet as hell, but what I really love about her is that she's able to do pretty much whatever she wants because she's disabled. I'm not saying that bad way, but she smokes on stream. If she wasn't disabled, Twitch would have been like real assholes about it. They don't like people partners smoking on stream, but she does it. She lights up. She's smoking with her feet. I'm like, that is awesome. Keep doing it.
Just, things like that you want to see, or you want people like that to get big. Why not? Yes, I'm nothing. We are nothing, and I'm gonna say me because I'll use me because Geeky Antics is something. I'm nothing. I'm tiny. I'm a talk show co-host. I host 2 shows. That's it. That's all I do. I play video games with people, and I try to get, I'm pretty good at League, pretty good at Dawn Gate. I'm not the best, of course. But, I can hold my own, and I can play with, other, whatever other people can do. But the only reason that we get that, that's just, I will shout out anybody. I don't care. If you have decent gameplay, even if your gameplay sucks donkey dick, but you keep engaged with your chat, and people are having fun. That's what we look at.
Yeah,
that's it. And it's not something that, all right, Mr. Zilla, we're gonna shout you out. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 shout outs. One on Thursday night at approximately 11:59. Okay, and then I'm gonna give you a shout out on the Sunday Dose at 9:17. Okay, remember those numbers. I'm going to give you that's exact. No, fuck that. We're going to do it just because we want to. Not because we have to, not because we're getting... Nobody pays. Okay? The Sunday Dose. Thor. You guys know he plays Dawn Gate. I asked him, and he's like, you're damn Skippy. Let's do it. And it's not just to the point that he's a big streamer, because people think he is. He's not. The only thing that he has that other people that are big streamers don't have is he's actually backed by Waystone Games. He gives, he's got. You guys go sub to him, you'll get a skin code. But it's he has all the giveaways for skin codes. Every new sub gets a skin code up to like 300 or some shit. That's what he gets for giveaways, the pack skins and all this other stuff that he can do. That's awesome. Doesn't matter what game you are or what company. You could work for Machinima, and I'm still going to say, hey, give a big shout out to such and such. I could care less. It's not the point of how big they are. It's the point of doing something for somebody, and you might give shout outs to 10 people, and only one person will say, "Hey, yeah, guys, go check out this show," or they're giving me a shout out, or whatever, and that's okay. One person, that's fine. But don't be stingy on your shout outs. No, I don't give a damn. If, like Yogi said a few minutes ago, and I'm ranting now, but Yogi said a little bit ago, if your stream leaves, if your chat leaves you because you shouted out somebody else, then you suck as a streamer. I'm not going to say you're poor and gay. No, you suck as a streamer. Because if people who are ready that fast to get up and leave you to go watch somebody else, common sense, guys. You suck as a streamer. Be more engaging. Shout out people. Who cares? I guarantee you it's not going to hurt you. Hey, can I post my this cool game that I think you'd like? Yeah, dude, go ahead. Hey, if anybody wants to try that game out before I get a chance, go try it out. Let me know how it is. Who cares? More people, the more friends you make in what you're doing, whether it's gaming, podcasts, or just being a streamer, better off you are. More friends equals more viewers equal more generation of viewers for your channel. The more you do, guys, like everybody says in the whole world, you get what you put in. You get back what you put into it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go off and like what Yogi does with Geeky Antics, he's Twitter. If you guys see a day that Geeky Antics hasn't tweeted something or liked a video or something on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere, that means Yogi's fucking dead. Okay? Always on top of it. And guys, I am not the worst. I am the worst person. This is kind of why the title came from. I'm not the best person on social media, and I'm getting better. I promise. But you have to. Just social media is it. Don't be the anti-social mediaist. Don't be that person. Because that person right there is where you don't want to be, and that will make your gaming career that much shorter. Final thoughts, Yogi?
Well, the thing about it, I understand why people get to that place where they don't wanna. They harden their hearts because they're frustrated because they've been on a grind, and they may have good results, but they're not where they want to be at, and that frustrates them, which hinders team spirit.
That it's somebody else's problem. Oh, they were shouting out on my stream. That's why I'm not this big, or blah 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 blah, or I don't get shout outs.
Well, that's that. They might, yeah, that's part of it too. They might have had a bad experience with someone that was trying to be selfish, and that happens. But they just are frustrated because if you're grinding day in and day out, whether you have a website or
yes, King,
you do a Twitch stream or a YouTube channel, and you're putting out tons of content, but it's still not where you want it to be. After a while, if you're trying to do it alone all that time, you're gonna be frustrated. So by the time someone comes along that really genuinely wants to help you, you won't know what to do with it. And that's what happens. That happens in almost any human relationship. So you just have to open up your heart and have some faith. I mean, there's a risk, but the potential reward is much higher than the potential risk. And just you really have to be deliberate with it. Measure, listen, learn, adapt. If you're not measuring your results, if you're not listening to your audience, how are you going to adapt? And a lot of times you'll realize that the times you do best are the times when you collaborate with people. It's not really like, black magic. The numbers will show you everything. The analytics will show you everything. Help others help others that are doing things, whatever the thing may be, better than you or even worse than you. Because even the people that are doing worse than you might have a different perspective or a different technique that you may not be aware of. Everybody can learn from each other. It's little things like that. And to me, like if you look at social media, content marketing, and everything in between, it all comes down to the human interaction. Without that human interaction, you don't have anything. A business can't thrive without customers. A consultant can't thrive without clients. You know, if you're in B2B, you got to network with other businesses because that's what you do. You offer other businesses services. You know, it's all around us. You have to network. You have to build teams. You have to build sidelines, support systems. You know, and you know what? Another the biggest thing I want to end this on. This is my closing thought. My real closing thought. Be vulnerable. Do not be afraid to be transparent or authentic, because the internet has embraced anonymity and falsehoods way too long. So when you come forward on some real shit, yo, when you're a real person, when you're like the Snapple people, you're like, I'm a real person. You know, those commercials.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, remember the Snapple commercials? I'm a real person. They're doing
I
that
was thinking of
campaign.
Pinocchio, my bad.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah,
I'm a
that
real
works too.
boy.
You know, when you come forward that way, people really appreciate that. But I know we're trying to wrap this up, Ob. So can we just do a quick bit on the deals for cheap bastards before we wrap it up?
Quickly.
Because this weekend is on Steam. They got the WB Warner Brothers publisher deals, and they got a lot of good stuff, bro. The new Gauntlet's coming out end of this month. Actually, next week. It's gonna be awesome. They got Guardians of Middle Earth. That even though it's really buggy, it's still an awesome MOBA. I love it, and it has full controller support. That's the way more MOBAs should be. Mortal Kombat Complete Edition. Scribble Knots Unmasked, which I like a lot, especially if I have kids to play with it on that game. Awesome. Dude, they got a bunch of the Lego games for under, $10 or $5. Like a lot of them are $4.99.
Yeah, I know. I got some.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, so you know what's up.
I've been watching another thing on Netflix I've been watching lately is all the Lego series, like Star Wars, like Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
Like Yoda, the Chronicles of Yoda are on TV right now, so I'm recording those, and it's all Lego. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know.
Oh, no, those are fun. The Clone Wars cartoons are good too. Zypher up in the house, yo. He finally got his Twitch fixed. Awesome. We're about to wrap it up though.
We are, yeah. We're getting ready to go.
But yeah, I love doing the post show, guys. But I'm so tired. I need to catch up on sleep. But hopefully this weekend we'll do some stuff. We'll do the Retro Friday, and we'll get some streaming going. And then of course Sunday we got the big Sunday going on. Anyway, deals for cheap bastards. More deals for cheap bastards. So we got the Steam deals for Warner Brothers. There's a bunch of other stuff on there, but on the EA on the house, they got Bejeweled 3. That's a pretty good deal for free. So check it out, yo. That's pretty much it. You ready to plug us out? Plug us out. That sounds so bad.
But that's why the chat's black, because the white looks terrible. But this looks better for the viewer that's actually looking at it. So. Guys, we do want to keep...
says, listen, did you see what he said? I'm more late than a hillbilly, period. Oh,
Damn.
Shots fired.
Wow, damn. We do want to keep the conversation, guys. Yeah, we do want to keep the conversation going.
Timmy.
Guys. Yeah, exactly. Leave us a voicemail, 1-206-415-4987. You can email us at mail@geekyantics.net. Please keep them short, because if they are, we got them. We'll play them live right here on HorsePLAY Live. HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you can listen or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com. Please take a few minutes to give us a thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and share. Even better, we'd love some reviews and comments. It's quick, it's easy, it really helps us out. Thanks to everyone who's been promoting our content. We love you. You hate reading or listening? We have video as well, which is right now. You guys can check us out on YouTube and Twitch, both Geeky Antics. And big shout outs to our other Thursday night flagship show over at geekyantics.net, the Gaming Death Podcast. They'll be on Twitch over at the twitch.tv/Gaming Death every Thursday at 9 p.m. and then hosted on Geeky Antics channel as well. So right before our live show, so you guys keep it posted. You guys want to listen to that? They talk about a lot of funny stuff sometimes. I swear sometimes they're all medicated and it's funny. Not really, but just sounds like that. But of course, also Monday night. Is it this Monday? Or it was just this past Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, the past Monday they just went, so they they're
So
bi-weekly
not
now.
next Monday, but the following Monday we have PP, which is Pixelated Pints. You and your PP, Jefe and Fred Rojas. You guys check out that YouTube channel. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern time, and